I hope no one takes this the wrong way, but Princess really is not a factor in this at all. It's not Princess's responsibility, but Princess took on that responsibility because she cared for that man and she cares for whatever comes with him. This man is not exempt from being a parent. Princess needs to pipe down and Cash needs to step up. What up, QC crew? King Day is in the mother building.
Run it up for so. JBRISKO, not know when we so. Run that shit, we at all the show. Say that shit for your camera roll.
Warning. Everything said in this video and on this platform is strictly my opinion and all alleged. Here, we speak about hot topics on YouTube and other social media platforms for entertainment and conversational purposes only. Viewer discretion is advised. What it do? It is your homie King Day here in King's Corner, and I am back with another reaction video for you. Now look, what up y'all? Today we have a very viral topic. You already know who I'm talking about based on the title. This video will be an overview and reaction of the interview podcast that featured Danielle. Now, if you looked at the thumbnail and you looked at the title and you have no clue on who these people are, let me give you a brief rundown. There were two individuals, Danielle and Cash. They were in a relationship, seems like through high school days, and they had a child. Some things happened in their relationship as usual, right? And they broke up. So once they break up, both parties move on. Cash gets him a girlfriend. Her name is Princess Di, okay? Everyone thinks it's D, but she clarified it. It's Princess Di. I just call her Princess. He's in this relationship with Princess and everything is going well. Princess welcomes his daughter, with open arms, love her as her own. The world is introduced to Danielle and Cash's daughter, whose name is London, through Princess's social media. Now, about a year or so ago, my wife started to watch both Princess and Danielle's content on social media. She then introduced me to this family. From my viewpoint, it looked like both sides of this family started to go viral on social media, centered around London. Princess gave London a nickname, Baby Girl, so when you hear me say Baby Girl or London, we're speaking about the child. The type of things that I noticed got a lot of traction on both of these family channels was the content centered around baby girls' nutrition and diet habits. Around the time I started to engage in the content, Princess had put baby girl on like a strict diet, and they were doing content about what they eat in a day. Of course, those videos brought both positive and negative attention to Princess' page. I also seen videos where Danielle would post about London and expose things such as London would eat breakfast at home and then turn around and eat breakfast at school, but say that she did not eat breakfast at school. Both of those type of videos and the video style rubbed me the wrong way. I personally felt like they were using this little girl for content in a negative light. Now, although both creators seem to have centered their content around this little girl, Princess, which is the dad's girlfriend, comes off a little bit more sweet, nice, and loving, while Danielle, her biological mother, can sometimes come off rude, mean, agitated, and strict. So the internet used that against them and started to make a big deal about things that was sometimes unnecessary. Danielle, the biological mother, is viewed as her child's first bully because of some of the comments she makes on her videos.
Bathroom and brush my teeth.
It don't take 30 minutes to brush your teeth. Come on, let's get going. And this morning when you spray the spray, you don't need a gallon of it, okay?
I didn't end up yelling at her because I got upset because I feel like your kids, right? You know when your kids are half-assing stuff and don't want to apply themselves. And you know they can do much more. But when I say I got in that. Because sometimes I get sick and tired of my kids trying to play me.
Okay, well, we're probably going to have to order it, London. That's why I wish I'd been new, because now,
Why are we just sitting on the floor?
Bro, the ceiling already broke. What the heck?
It been 23 minutes and you have nothing on but your school clothes. No socks, no nothing. Did you put deodorant on? Please put deodorant on. Thank you. And pick up this stuff on the floor right here. What is this? Stuff everywhere. Pick them up, please. And you... Please pick it up.
So last night we were leaving the Crafty Crab from getting something to eat. I was telling them like tomorrow it's about to be really cold, like 29 degrees cold, right? So I'm telling London, I'm like, London, you really need to put some school pants tomorrow because it's going to be extremely cold. Next thing I know, she does one of these. I'm like, girl, is you okay? What is your problem? She said nothing. Next thing I know, I turn around and she starts crying. Why is we crying? Why is we crying? So I get to the point, I'm just like, all right, you know what? You don't want to listen? Wear a skirt then. I'm not the one about to be cold out here, okay? I have common sense. It's cold. I'm about to put some pants on. But some reason when it comes to school pants with her, I'm like, what is the issue with school pants? She wear... Me in London, I was showing her how to lace up her shoes and stuff, right? Because I noticed she kept like... For some reason, she was just completely undoing it. And I didn't really understand why. I'm literally stressing to her that we have to stop acting like a baby, pretty much.
While Princess comes off more patient, loving, and affectionate.
Waking up on school mornings with baby girl has been so bittersweet this year, mainly because one, she growing up, she a big girl now. We love to see that she can do her own little thing. But two, the fact that she just does not need us in the morning time blows our mind. And the way her friends be already on group FaceTime at 6 o'clock in the morning, giggling and laughing, be cracking me up sometimes. Because I was just wandering around the house with nothing to do because I accidentally woke up a little too early, so she actually had time to watch a whole movie before we left. I was like, you want me to just heat you up some breakfast? She said she'd take whatever. Before heading out to yet another little birthday celebration, I was doing baby girl's hair and asked her how she'd like it. She kept saying space buns, space buns, space buns. I, for the life of me, could not figure out what that was till she pulled up a little Google image. Girl, no, you was not talking about the old school sock donuts we used to throw up in our head. So I just cut up to her daddy little socks, rolled them little space buns up on her head, and she was good to go. After that, I got myself dressed. I put on my pink little outfit to match my pink little bag, to match my pink little cupcakes, and of course, match my pink little baby girl. After that,
most recently, like within the past few months, both creators have gotten attention on social media revolving around Princess allowing London, the child, to eat after her.
Go ahead. You said before you got a real taste. Can I taste your corn dog? Ooh. Yes. How you like it?
No big bites.
No big bite? I got you a little bite.
That's a big bite.
They got the best corn dog in the... Right. Coming or going? I mean, you staying or going? Oh, yeah. All right, y'all eat. I'm finna...
Now, the internet has been on Danielle about speaking up about boundaries and informing the child's father and Princess about how wrong that is for them to eat after each other. Princess also received a lot of backlash about eating off of the same utensils or allowing baby girl to eat after her. There has recently been a change in the structure of how both parties create their content. Most recently, it seems like there has been a conversation that happened where both parties may have agreed to not even show baby girl in any content or YouTube videos moving forward. From my standpoint, I was under the impression that Danielle and Cash had a pretty healthy co-parenting situation, had a pretty healthy co-parenting structure. But after the interview that Danielle has just done, I see that it's not as healthy as it once seemed. With these two content creators, you would literally have to tune in to their content to get a feel of some of the things I've mentioned. I have noticed that both Danielle and Princess throw subliminal shots at each other. And although I did expect just a little bit of drama to go on behind the scenes between Princess and Danielle, I did not think that it was to the extent that she revealed here on this interview. So We are going to go ahead and get straight into this video. And I ain't gonna hold you no longer. I never do. If you mess with me like I mess with you, you know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, like, comment, share. We're gonna get straight into this video. Let's get it. Let go. So at the opening of the interview, you know, the interviewer and Danielle are kind of chit-chatting. I'm sorry, I don't know her name. Let me see if I can find it really quick. No. Okay. So I don't know the interviewer's name, but you know, they break the ice a little bit and start kind of chit-chatting about Danielle's childhood. She mentioned that she went to go live with her dad for a certain period of time, and he was really strict. He didn't allow her to like go to sleepovers, go over a friend's house, go outside, go to parties, nothing. So she pretty much was kind of a loner. She stayed to herself a little bit while she was in his custody. She says that she thinks that plays a part in why she is the way she is as an adult, and it also structures her parenting style. So after a few years of being in his custody, her dad did unfortunately pass away, and she had the option to go stay with her sister, but her sister lived so far away from her school and her boyfriend that she didn't really want to go there. And so in the 10th grade, she got pregnant with London. She also made sure she clarified that she did finish school. She says the internet and a lot of people are under the impression that she did not finish school and she does not have a diploma. She says that she did indeed finish school, but she finished online. After about 15 minutes, we start to get into the meat and potatoes of the whole thing, right? We start to talk about social media. Danielle made it very clear that she did not first go viral off of London. She did not use her child for click and views initially. The way she got her presence known on the internet was from creating Sonic drinks. So she said she was working at Sonic. She would show how she made certain drinks. She would show herself delivering the drinks, interacting with customers, until one day her managers found out and was like, that's a no-go. You cannot record in here. You cannot show where you work. You can't show our customers. You can't show our staff. You have to stop that immediately. And she says this was at her prime. She was getting a whole lot of views and getting noticed for her Sonic content. So after her manager told her she had to cut that out, she started to basically kind of sneak and record just to still get her content out because she was actually enjoying it. But she noticed her views started to go down and people weren't interacting and engaging as they were before. Maybe it's because of the way the video started to be structured, because she couldn't freely create her content. So time goes on and she quits Sonic and she goes to work at a car dealership. So she then takes a step back and she evaluates her page and she realizes that she doesn't want to make content revolving around her job again. So she didn't want to gain an audience that would be looking for car content, how to buy a car and selling a car and the process and all the behind the scenes. She wanted something more versatile. So she says around this time, Princess starts to upload content featuring London. And those videos would pretty much be Princess making London lunch. And those videos started to blow up for Princess. So Danielle decides to go ahead and put London on her social media page. I'm assuming at the time it's just TikTok. So after people start noticing London on Danielle's channel, they realized that London actually had a mother in her life and she wasn't a deadbeat.
And then one day I just end up posting again. So I was like, let me try it again. And I just started posting my day-to-day life or like whatever I did that morning, right? And at the time, my daughter's stepmom ended up posting her on TikTok, right? So they started, well, she ended up building her page based off like her lunch videos, that type of stuff. And people end up noticing my daughter and growing to love my daughter. So when I posted my TikTok, right, I'm like, people are probably gonna like recognize her, but probably, you know, nothing too much, right? So after I posted my first video, people were like, oh, is that London's mama? Or as y'all know her, or a lot of people know her, like baby girl, right?
Yeah.
And so that's how my page started growing also, because they would say, oh, London's mom's on TikTok now. Because at the time, people thought I was like on drugs. They thought I was a deadbeat. They thought I was non-existent, unfit. And I would see all these comments about me. And I'm just like, I would either laugh at them or I would legit have people be like, what in the world are these people thinking? But I never said anything. So I'm like, okay. But I never made my TikTok page based off them getting clout or London getting clout off TikTok and stuff. I was already on TikTok. I just lost like what I actually wanted to do.
So I know a lot of y'all are probably thinking like, why would the internet feel like Danielle was a deadbeat or possibly on drugs? Danielle goes to express that after she had her second child, it was hard for her to pretty much manage. So she reached out to London's father for help, and she requested that he take London to school because at the time her school was closer to his house. And so because London started spending more time over at her dad's house, it gave the impression that she was there 100% of the time permanently, and Princess was taking on that mother role or that mother figure for London.
Came across Princess's TikTok first, and then like that's how I got introduced to your daughter and all of that, but I didn't really think much of it. Like I recognized that, you know, this was her stepmother and not her. I don't know why people would jump to that conclusion first. I think that's crazy. I didn't even think about that until you just said that. Like people literally thought that you was on drugs.
Yes, like it is crazy because I remember at the time, like, of course, all our my family and stuff, like, we all talk, and they're like, "What in the world is like? What are these people thinking?" Right? And to me, I'm like, I'm not really thinking nothing of it. You know, I don't really care. Like, I'm like, it's kind of crazy, but I'm not thinking too much into it and everything. And so, yeah, a lot of people did. And I think it's just because my daughter, how our schedule is, like, she'll go during the summertime or she'll go during spring break, a Christmas break, Mardi Gras, any type of break during school, she goes over there, right? That's just how our schedule is. So I think during the summer when they was like really just doing stuff like that, and a lot of people started noticing, like, why is she never with her mom? And it was also when I had my son, there was a week, because I just had a C-section. I asked them, I was like, hey, can she come over here, go over there for like school and stuff, because it's just easier. I just had a brand new baby. I had a C-section. It's kind of hard for me to get up, move around, get her dressed, take her to the bus stop and stuff and everything like that. And I'm like, it's down the street from y'all. Can y'all do it? So I think when they started doing like lunch videos or videos during the summertime, a lot of people's like, okay, so where's her mom? Okay, because we never see her. But in reality, it's just she's there either during on break or during the time.
So since it was a little hard for Danielle to manage immediately after giving birth, she reached out to London's dad for help for a short amount of time to pretty much take baby girl to school, since her school was closer to Cash and Princess than Danielle at the time. Also, baby girl spent time with her dad and Princess during any school breaks. So that's like spring, summer, fall break. And so during those times, there will be a lot of content created centered around London that gave the impression that Danielle was absent in London's life. So 20 minutes in, we get to the good part, right? Danielle mentions that she was not aware that her child was being posted on social media on any of Princess's social media pages. She said that at the time, she wasn't even posting her own children on social media. She found out that baby girl was being posted on TikTok by simply scrolling one day. She said she seen a little girl and she was like, hey, that looks like my child. And she's zooming into the video and paying close attention to detail. And she's like, wait, that is my child. So Danielle says that Princess did not ask for permission to post London on social media. And when she confronted Princess about it, Princess said she got her dad's permission and that's all she needed. Now, how y'all feel about that? So Danielle says it wasn't until about 2 years ago that she asked to actually have a sit down with Princess and talk about the social media thing. Because Princess said she asked baby girl's dad and that was all the permission she needed, she kind of disregarded the feelings that Danielle had about posting London on social media. Baby girl, by the way, is 10 years old. So mind you guys, Princess and Cash has been together for about 5 years, 5, maybe 6. So Princess has pretty much been in London's life since about the age of 4 or 5. There is a video out that Princess and Cash did just speaking about their relationship and how they met and how they got together. And it seems as though Cash moved in with Princess the moment they started to hang out. Because Cash moved into Princess's home and then London came shortly after for school breaks and weekends and, you know, when Danielle needed assistance, I personally feel like that's when Princess started to feel like she had the right to step in and take charge of decision making and being that extra person there to help raise London. Because I mean, think about it, y'all, right? Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this. You get with a man or a woman, they move into your spot, right? Y'all don't get a place together. You don't move into their spot. They move into your spot. Now, when you take on this relationship, we all expect people to accept the baggage that comes along with that person, right? And so in this case, this guy has a child. And at the time, he thought that the other child that Danielle had was his, but that's another story for another day. It turns out it is not his child. The only child that him and Danielle share is baby girl. So we're gonna just keep it there, but we can get into that another time. So you're involved with this man. He has a child. He moves into your house, right? And then this child starts to come around, and we're not talking about, oh, pick her up and go on a little play date, or I'm gonna go pick up my child and we're gonna go do something. We're gonna go have fun for the day. I'll be back later. No, we're talking about this child is here in the home. We have to feed her. We have to clothe her. We have to bathe her. Got to make sure she's safe. And for someone who doesn't have kids, Princess, that's a big responsibility, right? So this man is now in your house with his child. And you're a very loving person, very accepting person. Wouldn't you feel like you now have an additional responsibility, being that you are another adult in the home with this child? Now, some people, they say, hey, that's your child, you deal with them. Others are more so like Princess, and they're like, well, I am going to assist you in raising your child, and we are going to continue to create a village in raising her. I think this is where boundaries started to be crossed. I think this is where Princess started to maybe take on more than she had to. And I say that because Danielle mentions that before Princess came in the picture, she wasn't getting any help with the daughter, with baby girl. So I truly believe that Princess pushed Cash to be more active, or to try to be more active. And because the relationship was fresh, I also feel like she wanted to prove something to him, like prove to him that I'm down for you, prove to him that I can love your child. And I personally think she genuinely loves baby girl, might I add. But I think it was one of those things where she wanted to show him, like, this is where home is, like, this is where it's at. You know, I accept you and everything that comes with you. And because the child was coming into her home, I think she started to feel like she had a right to do whatever it was that she wanted to do because it was her home. Y'all let me know what y'all think about it. Because all over social media, I'm seeing where Princess oversteps and does too much sometimes. I see how people feel that she doesn't respect Danielle and Danielle's wishes on how she wants her daughter to be raised. But I don't think everybody is taking that step back and looking at the responsibility that Princess took on early in her relationship with the father. The interviewer at some point asks Danielle, did you create a space for Princess to directly speak with you about boundaries and what's okay and not okay? So Danielle goes on this whole backstory about how there's been drama between the two since like the very beginning. She says that Princess mentioned that there was a Facebook post made where Danielle called Princess out of her name. Danielle says she doesn't remember calling the girl out of her name. And with a smirk on her face, she says, but I still apologized because at that time she was going through some depressive episode and she just may have spazzed out.
Did you guys have a relationship where she could have come to you and been like, okay, we're doing this, are you cool with it? Or did you guys not speak at all?
No, we never really had a relationship, right? So I think, I'm trying to remember back, it was probably like maybe 2 years ago. It's when I finally reached out and was like, hey, let's sit down and have a talk, right? And because if you're going to be involved in my child's life, we actually need to get to know each other.
Yeah.
Right.
So that's how that happened. Now, I think when they got together, I was going through like the most depressing times. Like I was legit holding everything down by myself, like no help whatsoever. So I guess whenever I was going through it and I learned that they were dating and I would see that he would be with her majority of the time versus like him getting his kid, I was like, I think from my understanding from what she told me, I pretty much called her out her name. I don't even remember none of this. I promise you, I don't remember none of this. Apparently on Facebook or whatever, I called her out her name or so like that. And we never really developed a relationship. Now, honestly, now that I think about it, I don't even know if that's true. I don't know if I said that. If I did, then hey, I said I apologize. So years later, when they're finally like together and everything, we finally sit down, right? And that's when I kind of learned about everything, why she didn't really talk to me or didn't think I really like her. And I'm like, bro, I promise you, I don't remember anything during certain times because I think I was all the like just on go and didn't really have time to like, I guess, soak everything in. So if I said anything, if I said anything, then I'm completely sorry. But as a woman, you should still come to me and be like, hey, is this still okay? And I'm not saying nothing against her, but I'm just saying like, if you're going to be in my child's life, it's something that we need to talk about and that type of stuff.
So that kind of helped me understand some stuff about the two, right? If someone has disrespected you on social media or to your face or to their friends or however, someone has disrespected you in any way and you feel like they don't like you, you're obviously not going to be comfortable picking up the phone or sending a text or sending a DM asking, hey, is it okay if I this or hey, is it okay if I do that in regards to their child when the other parent is there saying that everything you doing is okay, you know? And I think that Princess is a little misunderstood sometimes, but that answer that Danielle just gave 100% helped me to understand some of where Princess comes from. You get with a man, the man moves into your house, you take on responsibility for the child. You basically consider yourself a step parent, although you guys are not married yet. Mind you, they just got married this year, a couple months ago. So she technically just became a step parent this year, but Danielle has referred to her as a step parent from back in the day, and everyone else refers to her as a step parent. So we're going to keep it right there, right? So you're now a step parent in a new relationship. The child is over your house on breaks and weekends and after school. The child is there at your house. You take on that responsibility. Now, y'all, don't get me wrong. All of this is Cash's responsibility, but we're going to talk about that in a second. Let's keep it right here between Princess and Danielle. At some point, I believe Princess felt like, if I'm going to take on this responsibility of assisting you in raising your daughter, I have a say so. That's just me personally. I have not heard her say this out of her mouth, but I feel like with all her new man came with, she felt like she had the place to make the decisions in regards to baby girl. So the big burning question comes, why do you allow her to post your child and you don't want your child posted? Why do you allow her to let your child wear crop tops when you don't want her to wear crop top, or get acrylic nails when you don't want her to get acrylic nails, or play in makeup when you don't want her to play in makeup? Why do you allow Princess to constantly post your child in inappropriate clothes, or just post her for any reason at all if you don't like it? Danielle says there is no case there. Danielle says people yell, take her to court, sue them for that. And she says she doesn't feel there is a case because Princess and Cash have a family channel and baby girl is a part of that family channel. And Cash is the biological father of baby girl. When she takes it to court, or if she takes it to court, if the dad is agreeing with it and the child is not harmed, what can we do? Now, this is me personally, right? Based off of how I was raised and based off of how my mom reacted in certain situations. Rest in peace to my mom, by the way. I would personally say, no, we don't have to take it to court. But as London's mom, I think if she disagrees with certain things and she feels that some things are inappropriate for her child at her age, she can make other decisions. She can sit down with the other party, Princess and Cash, and let them know, this is what I deem to be inappropriate. So we need to change that. I don't think it's appropriate. And she also needs to make it clear that if Cash sees something that is inappropriate, that she will respect it and they will make adjustments. If Danielle's wishes about her daughter is not being respected in the other household, I feel that she should withhold her from going over there. Until her wishes can be respected, I think that she should withhold her. Does that mean take her away from her dad? No. Does that mean she can't spend any time with him? No. Does that mean he can't come to her dance recitals or ceremonies to celebrate her? No. But what it means is you want to spend time with her, you can do that during the day. I will get her dressed. She will be dressed appropriately, and I will set a time for her to be back home. There wouldn't be a spending of the night. You wouldn't be there on vacation times, on the weekends, until what is asked of Danielle is respect. And I don't think it's a hard ask. I don't think it's a hard adjustment. Some people are saying that if Princess and Cash make an adjustment, that's changing their structure of their household. I don't see how stopping baby girl from wearing a crop top and super tight leggings is changing the structure of the household. She's 10. She doesn't have to wear that. Danielle doesn't want her to wear that. Yet Princess still dressed her in those types of clothes. Y'all let me know in the comments, is that too much to ask your child's father and his wife to not allow your child to wear certain things? Is that too much to ask? Is that being a bitter baby mama? I know some people say, oh, you're just bitter. You just want to complain about anything. Is that really bitter? Because I've seen some bitter baby mamas. And not to say that Danielle is not a bitter baby mama. We only see what they put on the internet. We don't know what else her requests are. If she harasses them, if she gives them a hard time, we really truly don't know, because Princess and Cash says that they're never going to like talk about their co-parenting situation. It's nothing that they want to talk about online. So all we have to go by is Danielle's version. And so far, Danielle seems like a reasonable co-parent. It seems like she has reasonable requests when it comes to do's and don'ts in regards to baby girl. So we get on halfway through the interview and Danielle reveals something very shocking to me. She says that her and Cash don't talk at all. Actually, she says that her, Cash, or Princess, none of them talk to each other. So she doesn't have a communication with Princess and she doesn't have a communication with Cash unless, of course, there's an emergency. Aside from that, they don't even speak. She says her daughter is at the age to where she can just communicate with her directly. And that's when my antennas start going up, because I don't understand how you can co-parent successfully without speaking to the other parent. Now, yeah, London has a phone and a tablet and a laptop and everything else. She has ways to get in contact with her mom. So if her mom just wants to check up on her, hey, good morning, happy Saturday, how's your day going? Or if London's out of town with Princess and Cash, hey, how's the trip going? You having fun? What you putting on today? What's your outfit today? Send me a picture. She doesn't have to communicate with Cash and say, could you send me a picture of London? She's able to do that direct. But in order to build structure and have a successful co-parenting system, the two parents have to talk. And so after Danielle reveals that makes perfect sense with things, if you guys watch closely, with things like getting baby girl's hair done. For the most part, Princess does baby girl's hair. But just recently, Danielle posts, which Danielle posts in real time, and Princess is sometimes a little bit late with her uploads. But Danielle posts, I'm going to go get my hair cut and trimmed, and I'm going to take London to get her hair trimmed and styled. And then a day or so later, Princess comes and says, I've braided baby girl hair up. So I'm wondering, why would you braid her hair and her mom is about to take her to go get a trim? Now, I, of course, think that Princess seen that TikTok and jumped the gun. She knew that if she harried up and did her hair, that Danielle's not going to take it down to get the trim. Danielle's just going to leave it up. When it gets old, then she'll take her to get the trim. But if they don't communicate, and you may say, why would they have to communicate about the girl hair? Princess does the girl hair for the most part. Whether it's braids, twists, wash and go, Princess does London's hair for the most part. So I would think if Danielle wants to go get the girl hair trim, that she would be speaking with Princess or even Cash to say, hey, I'm going to go and get London's hair trimmed. So once you take that style out, no need to put a new style in. Or you can leave that style in and we'll take it out before she goes to the salon. But these people don't even talk to each other. Y'all comment down below, how can you co-parent without talking to the other parent? How does that work? It doesn't. I don't even need you to comment, because it doesn't work. And that is why I believe they have so many issues that they have now. Remember, y'all, I hope y'all keeping up. In the beginning, Princess and Cash starts a relationship. Cash moves into Princess's apartment. His daughter starts to come over a lot. Okay. She comes over a lot. She didn't stay there permanently or anything. She comes over a lot. And to clear it up for those who don't know, in present day, London is home with her mom, but she still goes over her dad's house on the weekends and during school breaks as before. Okay. The whole going to school from Princess's house was back when Danielle gave birth to Braylon. And that was only for a very short period of time, as she mentioned on the interview. So your daughter moves in, you move in, right? And now I have a responsibility to take care or help you take care of a child. So now I have to be a stepmom very early in our relationship. But I'm cool with that. I love you and I love your child. I'm cool with that. Years go on and I feel like I have the right to make decisions on how to parent this child. She's been living in my house under my roof for a couple of years. Now me and her dad have moved into a house together, but yet she's still technically in my house under my roof. And as long as her dad says it's okay, we're going to do whatever we want to do when it comes to raising her. And because we don't see eye to eye, because remember, you disrespected me on Facebook when I first got with this man. So because we don't see eye to eye and I don't feel like you like or respect me, I don't care to respect your boundaries when it comes to your child. As long as her dad is fine with it, I don't care to talk to you, understand you, see it your way, or anything else. That's how I personally think it is with Princess. Y'all let me know if y'all side with that view. If y'all if now, this is just me giving my opinion, that's how I feel that Princess looks at the situation. Let me know if you agree. Danielle says that Princess also has taken some of London's first times like away from her. For example, like getting acrylic on London's nails. Danielle did not get a chance to take London to the salon for her first time to get her nails done or go on like a little spa date because Princess jumped the gun and did it without Danielle's consent. And Danielle feels like that's unfair. Now I will have to agree with Danielle on that part. If this child's mother feels like it's inappropriate for her to get her nails done or wear certain outfits, I think that should be respected. This is a mother just trying to raise a little girl, right? And Princess pretty much like overstepped and disregarded, how Danielle felt about acrylics at that age and took her to get her nails done and really didn't care about it. And Danielle feels that her wishes are just disrespected. Her boundaries are disrespected, and she seems to not understand why. But as I just mentioned, that could be the reason. Princess took on responsibility of your child very early in her new relationship, and she feels like you don't like her because you disrespected her in the beginning of that relationship between her and Cad. So that just may be the answer that we've all been trying to figure out as to why. Why do you not respect the boundaries and wishes of Danielle? Now, when Danielle said they don't speak at all, again, I felt that was pretty weird. What you mean y'all don't talk? How do y'all co-parent and y'all don't talk? So what do you guys do in public? When you guys are in the same setting, what are you guys going to do when graduations come up and prom comes up, and what's going to happen then? Well, I hope that in due time, their relationship progresses and they come up with a better co-parenting style and they come together a little bit better for the sake of the child. But as of now, Danielle says they're just awkward around each other.
I guess from what I'm understanding, you guys have a decent co-parent situation where you guys don't have to be best friends. That's not the point. It's that you guys come together when necessary for the sake of London. Does that make sense?
It does. It's like such a gray area. It's because like if we're around each other, it's hella awkward. Like right now, I can tell you now, like me and her dad, we don't even talk. Like I text him and I talk to him, but when we're like in the same facility, we really don't talk at all. It would be more so me and Princess talking. But then, when we do get in our little caddy areas or whatever like that, we don't even really talk. So like for instance, before, like if I was going, they wouldn't go. If like I couldn't go, they would go. So it wouldn't really ever be like, oh, okay, cool, both of us can go. Correct. So it's only about 2 times during this whole entire co-parenting thing, we only been in the same facility twice. And was it twice? No, 3 times. The first time was when me and Princess was at a fall festival. That was our very first time of us actually doing something with London in a good setting and just chilling, talking. Besides the first time when I officially met her. The second time was when we went to a Christmas party. I didn't even know they were going. And when I popped up, they were there. So it was kind of like an awkward silence, awkward situation. And my daughter was like, "Are you okay?" I was like, of course, yeah, I'm okay. But in reality, is deep down, I'm just like,
This is awkward.
it's awkward. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. So it was kind of me just standing there, not saying nothing. And they're over there just talking. So it's just like, why am I here? It's kind of times where it's just like, why am I here? Where I wanted to remove myself from the situation. Like, I wanted to be there for my daughter. But if they're all interacting with her and I'm just like, okay, why am I here?
Now, that was something that was a little weird to me. The fact that she questioned her presence at an event that celebrates her daughter. It definitely, in my opinion, gave off a little jealousy, okay? Because if you see that your daughter is interacting with her dad and his girlfriend or fiance or wife at the time, I don't know when these events took place, but your dad, his partner, and her family, right? And you're off standing off to the side, you know, by yourself, and you're like, well, what am I here for? Why? It kind of gives jealous. I feel like when it comes to your child, you insert yourself, okay? If out of a big crowd of people, your daughter notices her dad and her dad's mate in their family because they came in a larger group, they may have had balloons, they may have had something that stood out. You know, when she's done with her performance or done with the ceremony, she's probably going to run straight to them because they caught her attention. She sees them versus you by yourself. She probably didn't see you in the crowd. So now she runs to them and they're, you know, hugging and loving on her. And that's when you answered yourself, hey, I'm here too, baby. Congratulations. Or you did good, or whatever the case may be. You don't just continue to stand to the side and feel like, well, why am I here? I mean, there's no way that this co-parenting situation is anywhere near healthy if you're feeling like that. And it's sad and unfortunate that she feels that way. I hate that she feels that way, but you shouldn't. You have to insert yourself in that. You have to let your presence be known. And unless there's an emergency or, you know, you can't take off of work or something to that extent holding you back from going to an event, you shouldn't let the support of her other side of her family deter you from wanting to go and celebrate her, or to have you over off in a corner like, well, why am I here? You're here to support your baby. Regardless of what y'all got going on behind the scenes, regardless of the drama or anything else, unless someone is physically harming you, insert yourself. Let your baby know that whether they're here or not here, whether I like them or don't like them, we're here for you. I'm here for you. I don't know. That just kind of rubbed me the wrong way a little bit. I didn't really understand that when she made that statement. And if anybody can clarify that or make it a little bit easier to understand, comment down below, because I would love to get a better understanding of what she meant. If you guys have been in a situation similar and you kind of know what she means when she says, I'm feeling like, why am I here? Comment that down below, because like I mentioned, my mama, it ain't no way she would have been off in no corner talking about, well, why I'm here if you just over there talking to them. She would have made sure, hey, yeah, mama here, give me a hug. You know what I'm saying? And it just would have been what it would have been. So the interviewer asks, do you think that will ever change? Do you think you guys will ever get to a point where you can be in the same room and be cool and be cordial and not be awkward? And Danielle says, honestly, no. I think she hopes that it does change. She was like, if something changes in the future, I'm down for it. But the way things are going right now, no. And it just makes me think about the birthday party that London just had. And Danielle actually invited Princess and her family and all of that to her home. They made a TikTok and all of this stuff. I'm just like, well, how awkward was that in your home? Did you make yourself uncomfortable in your own home? And I'm here for it. For the sake of your daughter, for your daughter's happiness, you made yourself uncomfortable. Cool, you know, but you should never be uncomfortable in your own home. So I just wonder how that went. Y'all let me know what y'all think. Now, the tail end of this video really rubbed me the wrong way, okay? I felt like both the interviewer and Danielle was making it sort of okay for Cash to not have to be involved in this co-parenting situation. They talk about how if Danielle and Princess could just get along for a slight second, Cash doesn't even have to speak to Danielle in regards to London. Y'all listen to this.
It's really hard to navigate, especially when, like, of course, we co-parent, yes, but I'm the primary parent, right? I am the primary parent where she is with who she's with 90% of the time.
Not 90,
so it's kind of like, yes, when I do bring up my concerns or whatever, I don't want you to sit there and look at me like, oh, she's just causing problems or she got an issue every single time when we turn around, she got a problem. It's not that, but it's kind of like, think about it. If it was your daughter, your biological daughter, and you want her to be raised a certain way and it's just not being respected, how would you feel as a mother, right? How would you feel if you got certain things taken away from you all because you couldn't come to me and say, hey, how do you feel about this and that? And overall, it's just about boundaries and about respect. So it's kind of like, I don't want you to think that I'm sitting here like complaining or whatever like that, but also think about like, what about if this was my child or my biological child? How would you feel, right? Because I'm pretty sure to her, it's just like innocent stuff, you know, that she's doing. And that's okay. But also, I feel like as a parent, you also have to look at both sides and you have to respect
Yeah,
both
but
sides.
until she actually becomes a parent, it might be a little difficult for her to see it because before I became a mom, yeah, I understood certain things and you could tell me something and I could be like, yeah, I get that, but do you fully understand until you're actually walking in those shoes? You know,
Correct.
like something as simple as your child getting her nails done for the first time. If that was taken away from you, something so simple, an outsider might look at that as that's nothing. Like they can get their
Correct.
nails done again, but that first time, that experience for your only girl,
Yeah.
that's huge. You do have to stop and say, let me communicate with mom.
Yeah.
And also even if I feel like because she is London's stepmom and you guys seem to have, I guess you guys communicate a little bit more than her dad, it seems like, then you don't even have to communicate with her dad, to be honest. If you guys were able to build a decent foundation where you guys could, just talk back and forth and just have a good relationship. One, I think London would love that.
Yeah.
And then, her dad will just be there for London. He doesn't have to be involved with what you and Princess and London have going on relationship wise. Obviously he's there, but he doesn't have to communicate, which is completely fine.
Are you serious? Now, out of this whole video, this whole interview, I was like, okay, I'm trying to see a Danielle standpoint. Also trying to understand Princess too, because she does have feelings and her feelings are valid. But I noticed that this whole interview is about Princess. Princess. She plays a big part in the situation. Okay, do not get me wrong. She does play her part in this situation. However, everything is just Princess. And I'm not hearing anybody hold Cash accountable for anything. I'm not hearing anyone say, as her father, he should be doing X, Y, and Z. And then at the end of this interview, the interviewer gives her opinion on the situation and says that if Danielle and Princess could just get along, she don't even have to communicate with Cash. Did Danielle and Princess lay down together to have this child? How dare anybody, including Danielle, give this man a pass to not be involved in conversation about his child? Now, I don't want nobody to take this next scenario in the wrong way, but hypothetically speaking, if Princess and Cash break up today, what is Danielle going to just co-parent with Princess because she don't talk to Cash? And baby, knock on wood. But if something was to happen to Princess, I'll just put it in that way, right? And it wasn't a breakup, but something was to happen to Princess. What is Danielle supposed to then call Cash and get him caught up on the co-parenting structure that her and Princess have put together? Oh, Cash, 3 months ago, me and Princess discussed that. Oh no, me and Princess decided that it wasn't best if. Why would anyone suggest that the two adults that laid down and had a baby not communicate? What type of sense does that make? And yeah, I know it's going to be somebody in the comments that say, well, whatever her and Princess discuss, she can go off and tell Cash. Y'all ain't never played the game telephone. You start off with a phrase, it ends, and we see what the last person came up with, what the last person heard. That first statement and that last statement never match. Because of either two things. One, somebody just twisted up the words because they want to twist up the game anyway. They want to put their little sauce on it. So they add a little something extra. But then two, literally, they just said what their ears heard. We can all be sitting in a room listening to one speaker. And if it's 25 people, all 25 people could have heard 25 different things, listening to the same person. So Danielle and Princess having communications without Cash is, again, not a successful structure for co-parent. How are we just going to take all his responsibilities away? And how can a woman sit up here and tell another woman that she should communicate with the step parent who she argue and fights with? I hope no one takes this the wrong way, but Princess really is not a factor in this at all. It's not Princess's responsibility, but Princess took on that responsibility because she cared for that man and she cares for whatever comes with them. But the two people responsible, solely responsible, are the two parents that laid down and made her. So this interview was about co-parenting, and this title has changed a couple times on this podcast, but this podcast or interview, it was about co-parenting. And it's crazy to me that the other parent was only talked about or mentioned maybe about 3 times within an hour. Now, I must admit, I feel like Princess oversteps boundaries a lot. I am not Team Princess nor Team Danielle. I understand both ends to a certain extent. But one thing I feel like both of these women need to do is make that man up and take care of his responsibilities. Make sure his daughter is safe, make sure she is protected, and make sure she is raised the best way possible. And the only way for them to figure out how she can be raised in the best way possible is for him and her to respect each other, respect each other's boundaries, and communicate. You cannot co-parent without communication. This man is not exempt from being a parent. Princess needs to pipe down, and Cash needs to step up.
JBRISKO, not know when it's up. Run that shit, we at all the show. Say that shit for your camera.